I'm a graduating senior at the University of Georgia. I'm also a model. I hope you stick around, maybe leave a comment down below, tell me some things you guys would like to see from me. Make sure to like and subscribe also while you're at it. I decided during quarantine to make a YouTube channel. So for today's video, I decided I was gonna do a full face of Glossier makeup, plus my review of all the products, and I even have some dupes for the products to share with you guys. I just worked out and took a shower, so I decided I'd put on a little bit of makeup today and bring you guys along with me. If you see me like looking off into the distance over here, it's because I have a mirror to do my makeup with. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. My first thing from Glossier is actually not even something I'm gonna put on my skin. Well, that's not true. I'm gonna put it on my skin. I'm not gonna put it on my face. It's the Glossier Au perfume. This is like my third or fourth bottle of this perfume. I could do probably a whole video on this if I wanted to. I absolutely love this perfume. It's like my everyday scent now. I've gotten tons and tons of compliments on it. Whenever I watch perfume videos and someone talks about how they're always getting compliments on their perfume, in my head I'm like, I want that. But that's what Glossier Au does for me. If you don't know what Glossier Au is, it's basically a perfume designed to adapt to your pH balance and give off like the best scent of you. Obviously all perfumes adapt to your pH and counteract with the oils in your skin to give off a certain scent, but this one's specifically designed for that. It's amazing. The first time I actually bought it, I ordered it off their website without even smelling it, so I like kind of took the risk. It's one of those smells you can't really describe. Here, I'm gonna look at the notes for you guys. So on their website it says, unlike traditional perfumes, Glossier Au is heavy on warm, creamy base notes like musk, ambrette, ambro, that transform and smell a little different on everyone. That's the cool thing about it. It also has top notes of earthy, green iris root, and spicy sparkling pink pepper. I have noticed pink pepper is like one of the things I love across a lot of my perfumes. It's very like fresh smelling, very clean. It's also seriously so long lasting. There was one day I put this perfume on just to like go to class. That's what I mean. Like it is my everyday perfume. And I put it on at 9 in the morning. I kid you not, in one of my 4 p.m. classes, somebody was like, is someone wearing Glossier Au? And I was like, yes, I am. I put it on so long ago and it was still like so fragrant, and she could even tell what perfume it was. So I totally recommend. I know like perfume's one of those things, it's very personal, so won't say it's for everybody, but I love it. Now we can get into makeup. First thing I'm going to put on is the Glossier Future Do. This is an oil serum hybrid. They say to put it on underneath your makeup. You can even put it over top your makeup as like a little highlight. It's got a couple different purposes. Starting off with a clean face, by the way. I got out of the shower, so I like moisturized and whatnot. So I just like to do 2 pumps of this. It's kind of like super liquidy. This is one of those things I feel like a lot of people might not like. It does feel super like heavy. It's pretty sticky at first. You can see I have to like really work it onto my skin, but it really does give you like an amazing glow underneath your makeup, or even if you don't put makeup on, it's just so glowy. I mean, like, look at my skin. I don't know. I would say I'm not like in love with it. I think it's a good product. I do think it could make a lot of people break out. I do think it's a little, it almost makes you feel kind of claustrophobic at first because of how kind of thick it is, but that feeling definitely, at least for me, it goes away. It smells like petroleum jelly and tea tree oil to me. I'm sure it has tea tree oil in it, but I mean, Glossier is all about the like natural look and that super dewy glow, so I think this is definitely a big credit to that look. I'm actually gonna put my headband on. I just know otherwise I'll keep touching my hair and be annoyed about it later. Now I'm gonna put on some chapstick. I have 2 of their Bomb.coms. I totally advocate for these. They're great. I understand the hype around them. I have the birthday cake one and the coconut one. The birthday cake one has like a very, very small shimmer in it, and the coconut one's just transparent. The coconut one, I swear to you, smells like Samoas. Like, it doesn't just smell like coconut, it smells like toasted coconut. Super super moisturizing. I would say a dupe for this, I mean, it's like chapstick, is, or something I like that's similar to it, is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, but I'm pretty sure that one's more expensive, so I totally love this. I put it on all day, every day, morning, night, really anytime. The thing with the Future Do also is, I think, like I was saying, that kind of heavy feeling, I like to put it on and kind of give my skin a second to adjust to it, or maybe just even for me to adjust the way it feels before I go straight in with some foundation. Now that I've let it sit for a second, I'm going to move on to my skin. I have two of Glossier skin products. I have the Perfecting Skin Tint. Mine is in the shade G11. I also have the Stretch Concealer. This is in shade G11 also. If I was doing like a more full face, full glam makeup, you would want to get a concealer that's a tad bit lighter than your foundation, but since I bought these products with the intention of them just being like very lightwear everyday makeup, I didn't want to buy, you know, two different shades. I kind of go back and forth with these with like, do I want to put the skin tint on first? Do I want to put the concealer on first? I can never really decide. I think I'm gonna do the concealer first. I'd say that just because it kind of helps me like spot correct and target the spots I want to get covered up, and then the skin tint is really exactly what it sounds like. It's just a tint, so it doesn't do much covering. That way I'm kind of minimizing how much makeup I'm putting on. So I'm just gonna take my take my very dirty sponge. Wow, it's embarrassing. I really love this concealer. I just really love it. I was gonna say for everyday makeup, but I even like it for when I do more full coverage. It's kind of emollient, so it's got a little bit more of a creamy consistency. It doesn't really crease too bad on me either, so I love that. I would say it's like light to medium coverage. The cool thing about it is you can totally build it up without it getting cakey. It just blends like so seamlessly into your skin. Sometimes, this is like my second jar of this. Sometimes I'll even, if I really want to, just take a sponge, do it all over. Boom, quick, like all over kind of foundation coverage vibes. I would definitely repurchase this. Oh, I forgot to mention why I'm really even doing this. We had the, well, I think it's still there, but I can't go to it right now, the Glossier pop-up store in Atlanta. So I have tried some of their products before by ordering them online. So half of this stuff is like not new to me, and then half of it is because I did go to the pop-up store and pick some stuff up. Great experience. Totally recommend going to the pop-up store, by the way, once you're allowed to. Now I'm going to go in with the skin tint. Why I still have the box, I really don't know. I kept the boxes for a lot of their things because the packaging is just like, it's so cute. I don't know. It's not necessary. So the skin tint, it's really just a very thin liquid with a little bit of tint to it. I'm very back and forth on how I feel about it. I think I've definitely tried other minimal skin products that give me the same kind of effect, if not a little bit better. If you watch my skincare video, if not, you should. But in that video, I actually mentioned the Tula primer that I really love. It honestly does the same thing that this does for me, if not like a little better. How I put this on is actually on a brush. I feel like a sponge just absorbs way too much of it, so this helps me use less of it. And I'm really just using this to kind of get the little bit of redness I still have like around my nose, on my cheek, a little bit on my forehead. This brush is a Tarte, just like foundation brush. Like I was saying earlier, the thing with Glossier makeup is, you know, you're mostly just going for that very natural everyday look, and I do love it for that reason. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're somebody that loves fuller coverage like pretty consistently, I would say this is definitely not like the go-to product for them that you would want to try, but I do think it does enough of a job. Like I said, there are other products I like better though that do this kind of same effect. The good thing about it is super lightweight and very thin, so like I don't feel it on my face at all. It doesn't feel like super sticky. I wouldn't say it completely dries down, but I don't feel like I can like just wipe it off my face right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. They're definitely a little crazy right now. I'm someone who is very lucky, and I usually don't do much to my eyebrows. I mean, I tweeze them, but I don't like go get them done. I don't even really fill them in. If I'm doing like a full smoky eye or something, I will, just because it'll balance out my face a little better, but like for an everyday thing, I usually don't. But But what I've got into is the Glossier Boy Brow. So this is my second one of these. I get it in the shade Blonde. It gives me just enough to feel like a little more excited about the way my brows look, and also gives them that really feathery look that's kind of been in recently. This kind of just tames them a little bit, gives them a little bit of color fill in, and again, I can like make them as feathery as I want or kind of keep them in the shape that they're in. I need to like use my mirror. So like the place for me and my brows that really needs the most filling in is in the front. So you can even see now the difference it makes for me. You can kind of see the difference now. This one has it, this one doesn't. So how's your guys' quarantine? How's life going? What are you guys doing like to stay busy right now? I would say I kind of hit the point where I finally was getting bored. I mean, for a while there, I was still pretty busy. I would say like the first few weeks of it, keeping myself busy. If you know me, you know I like to keep myself busy. But recently, like, I've kind of hit that wall of like, okay, well, what now? Really just been trying to take the time to focus on school. Obviously, I've got like 2 weeks of school ever left, which is crazy. That still hasn't hit me. I've been just, you know, figuring out what really makes me happy, what I like to do, and also getting comfortable with doing nothing, because that's totally fine right now, and I think a lot of people are struggling with that. I actually kind of have like a dupe for the Glossier Boy Brow. You've probably heard of it, but it's the Essence Make Me Brow. I mean, come on. They look about the same. They both have like little fibers that kind of help fill in your brows and make them look more full. It really does just about the same thing. So if you don't really want to spend that little bit of extra money on the Glossier one, definitely try the Essence one. They have it at Ulta. I would say the biggest difference is the Glossier one definitely gives more of a hold, whereas the Essence one just gives like that little bit of color fill in and shaping. I wouldn't say it's like slippery or gonna slide around. I just feel like the Glossier one definitely has more of like a gel hold to it. Now I'm going to go in with blush. I actually have one of the Glossier Cloud Paints. I obviously don't have like all of their face products or all of their makeup products. I kind of just got like the basics, so bear with me, but I have the Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. I got this one because I really love like peachy pink blushes. Honestly, love this stuff. I feel like it's going to last me forever because you need such a small amount, like you really just have to like touch it. I like to just do, whoa, my hands are like shaking. I like to do just a little bit on my ring finger, like really just a little bit. Rub it between like my ring fingers and my middle fingers and just kind of like smile and tap it on. I feel like a lot of people get intimidated by blush and don't like to use it, especially liquid blush, because we're all like, I don't want to put too much on and look crazy, and I would definitely say I felt that way for a long time too. Love this one because it blends in so easily. It literally just melts into the foundation you have on. Even if you feel like it looks a little dramatic, all you have to do is take like your sponge or your makeup brush, like tap over it, kind of helps blend it in, make it look a little more natural. Boom, I love it. I do kind of have a dupe for it though. It's the Maybelline Cheek Heat. Again, I mean, come on, look at the packaging. This one is in the shade Rose Flush. I love this about as much. I would say the Glossier one's a little thinner, like barely texture-wise, it's just a little thinner. I would say that's what makes it a little better, is it blends into the skin a little more seamlessly. Okay, so I don't have any of the Glossier face powders, so I'm gonna set my under eyes just a little bit. Use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. It's just a translucent powder. I don't have bronzer or mascara, so I'm gonna do those two things right now. Okay guys, well that's it for my full face of Glossier sort of haul slash review. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I'm here to answer them. Again, give me any video ideas you guys have or want to see. I'm totally listening and excited to keep making more videos. I don't have like a set plan yet, but I think my goal is to kind of get out like one video per week. If I can get on a schedule, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. In the next month, I'm going to be moving out of Athens and to Atlanta, so maybe I can bring you guys along the way, vlog some of that, keep you guys posted. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!